Good night. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Angelino Kawung from the Faculty of Financial Accounting at the Manado State Polytechnic. This video was made to fulfill the final assignment before the midterm exam. Thank you also for the opportunity that has been given to me to present a proposal entitled Improving Student World Master Through the Game. Let me start by giving some background information. Chapter 1. Background of the study. Learning English is very important because English has become an international language which is used by most community in the world. Many countries use English as their second language in spite of the difficulty in studying English. It is worthwhile to study the language because it plays a very important role in almost all fields of life, such as communication, commerce, economy, politics, education, science, technology, and so on. In Indonesia, English is not considered as a second language, but English is a foreign language. Based on the background above, the research entitled Improving Student Mastery of Vocabulary will be conducted to see if games can improve the mastery of vocabulary. Next topic, research problem. The student cannot master English well because they are lack of vocabulary, the lack of motivation. Games are one effective and interesting technique that can motivate and challenge the student interest to improving the student communicative competence. Through games can improve the student mastery of vocabulary because vocabulary is one of the language component that have to be taught to the student in learning of foreign language. Reason for choosing the topic. There are several reasons for choosing the topic. They are: point 1. Teaching vocabulary through game is effective technique. Point 2. Using games brings so many advantages for student and teacher. And the last point, the researcher interested using games when teaching in the classroom. Purpose of the study. The study is done under the following purpose: to find out whether the using games can improve the student mastering of vocabulary. Hypothesis: in teaching and learning vocabulary, through game can improve student mastery of vocabulary. Next topic, research question. Can teaching vocabulary through games improve the student mastery of English vocabulary? Let's move to the next chapter. Chapter 2. Review of literature. Point 1. Teaching. Teacher plays an important role in teaching learning process. In teaching English as a foreign language, the teacher needs to vary way of teaching in order to get the student interest and attention to the lesson. In teaching learning process, there are some factors which can influence the successful goals in the school. They are curriculum, material, method, teacher, student, and the technique. Point 2. Vocabulary. Vocabulary is the important aspect in learning a foreign language. Without a proportional amount of vocabulary, anyone will get trouble in her speaking, reading, listening, and writing. Point 3. Games. Games also help the teacher to create context in which the language is useful and meaningful. The learners want to take part, and in order to do, must understand what others are saying or have written. And they must speak or write in order to express their own point of view or give information. The type of games. 1. Hangman games. Hangman games is game that the student played on group. Before start the game, teacher explain how to play the game. The student must memorize the word about everything. 2. Guessing games. Guessing games can be painless way to develop it or reinforce any number of concepts. Guess what I am or guess who I am, for example, can be used to teach about animals, professions, or people in different age group. A baby, child, teenagers, young adult, middle-aged adult, elderly person. Guess what I'm doing can be used to teach recognition in the target language of activity, such as taking a bath, go finishing, doing homework, and so forth. Number 3. Word focus games. Games that using words to see how many other words that can make from them. For example, the following words can be made for the word teacher: ear, her, teach, reach, cheer, each, hear, her, arch, tea, eat, and so forth. In the last games, treasure hunt. A treasure hunt is a favorite game among second language learners. It allows them to work cooperatively in a group effort to find the items requirement. Why game activity? Point 1. There are many advantages of using games in the classroom. Games are a welcome break from the usual routine of the language class. Point 2. They are motivating and challenging. Point 3. Learning a language requires a great deal of effort. Games help students to make and sustain the effort of learning. Point 4. Game provide language practice in the various skills: speaking, writing, listening, and reading. Point 5. They encourage students to interact and communicate. And the last point, they create a meaningful context for language use. Okay, we enter in the last part. Chapter 3, Research Methodology. Research Design. In this research, the writer would like to collect, process, analyze the data to get conclusion of the research. This research is called quantitative research because it will use number or statistic. In this research, pre-experimental design with one group pre-test and post-test design will be used. Pre-test is the test which given to the student before the treatment, and the post-test is given to the student after the treatment to find out the student achievement. Data analysis. The data presented in frequency distribution, computation or mean score X and standard deviation, and the entire test can be presented or frequency polygon. That is my presentation. Sorry if there is presentation error. I hope the audience can understand this presentation. Thank you also for the opportunity that has been given to me. That is all. Thank you.